Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Craig, it's Smuts Gear Shack. I've had lots of questions on all these fake dimes that I've bought, these replicas. So I'm just going to address all those here with one video. I did sneak in a real one here. This is, even though all these are Chinese made, this is Chinese made. This is a real Washburn Dime 333 from, I think it's around a 2002 model. But it is made in China like the rest of these. And quality-wise, it's very, very similar. Some of you may not want to believe that, but it's true. It's very similar to these in quality-wise. Neck sizes, though, vary greatly on these things. The real one's neck is much thinner than the rest of these. They do vary between each of them, but not a lot. I mean, they're all very, very similar. I had questions, which is the best playing one? The best playing one, to me, is probably a toss-up between the slime and this trend kill. The trend kill probably edges it out a little bit. It's got really great playability, and the pickups in this one I feel like just sound a little bit better, and which is interesting. Hardware on these things, you know, it's pretty much all of them are terrible, with the exception of this one. This one's not bad. This one stays in tune pretty reasonably, which is odd. I mean, this one and the this Rebel here, these look like they were come from the same factory. Their body shapes are the same. The backs of the necks, as you can see here, look the same. They have that same diamond volute on there. The trims are the same. They're just that flat, you know, look. There's nothing on them. And like I said, they're shaped the same. These necks feel the same. Both of these have pretty good playability. But as far as playability, like I said, this one, the slime, and probably this one in third, I would say. It plays pretty good and sounds pretty decent. I have the trim blocked on this one, so it's not set up to use at all for any kind of diving or anything, diving or pulling up. You know, this one here, people, if you haven't watched the video, I have a full video out on all these guitars. You can go back and check my channel. It does have the alien skull on the back. I have the trim set to float on, get this in here without destroying it, on the blue bolt, the blood bolt, even that's not like an official dime one that he ever had. Yeah, his blood bolt was a lot different looking. And I think on the Southern Cross. Southern Cross, this one here, this was one of my favorites of dimes from back in the day. I just love this one here. Its playability is reasonable too. It needs some work. These ones here have a different type of bridge on them. So the Southern Cross, the blood bolt, the slime back there, and that blue bolt, the dime bolt, they all came from the same factory. They have the same body shapes. They came with the same bridge, which looks similar to the Schaller bridge that came on the originals, although this is not a Schaller. These bridges are just junk. Pickups are junk. Nut is complete junk. You try to tighten them down, they want to strip out, which I knew that going into these. And that's one of the things I started doing on these right off the bat. As you can see on the back of the headstock there, I've got China stamped into the back of the headstock. And I'm working on custom decals for these. I think I've got a place that will do them now. And they're not far into the clear coat. I had one more of these crosses, and I was able to sand the clear coat a while back, and just get it down to the just basic clear with nothing on the headstock. So I'm going to be replacing all of the headstock logos on these guitars. I don't want them to have that on there. There's no choice. That's just how these things come. So it is what it is. A lot of people always ask me about the blood bolt too. They're asking, you know, how's this one? This one had some of the frets from, I'd say the majority of the frets from about the second fret down into here started popping on the edges, and if you got the string over the edge, it would catch and get stuck on the side of the fret. I was able to tap those back in, and hasn't been an issue since, so we will see how it goes. This one has a couple high frets here, right in this area, and so does the Southern Cross. So those are issues that I'm going to have to work on at some point. Like I've said in some other videos, I'm getting some tools and stuff so that I can start doing some fret work. So I'm going to do some fret levels and try to get them more playable. And I'm going to start trying to shave the necks down on these. The first one I'm going to try it on is this one here, only because it's already got a natural neck, natural finished neck, I should say. It's got a finish on it, but it's just natural. So I'm going to start shaving this one down and get it a little bit thinner. It's just, you can see, you know, the necks, they're just ridiculously thick on these versus the real Washburn I have. It's quite a bit thinner neck. Now I know I was watching the video where, if you've seen the Ola England video where he goes to Dime's Guitar Vault, he's talking to Grady Champion. Grady says the same thing. They were, even the USA Washburn D3s all varied. Some of them had, he said a few of them had a baseball bat size necks. And Dime's Slime has like a really thin, shreddy neck. So, and Grady said that was actually his favorite neck. Ola said the one of them he picked up, I can't recall which one, but it had a really pronounced V on the back of it, and a lot of Dimes did. I know it was based on some of the old Deans from back in the day had a V neck. Now I had a 1980 Dean Z, and it did not have any kind of a V on the back of that neck. It was a very comfortable neck. Loved that guitar. Had a viewer see that video and wanted to buy that guitar. I didn't play it a whole lot, so it went to a really good home. So if you're watching, hope you're enjoying that Dean. I still miss it. Let's get this back in here without destroying things. Probably want to know, I got these two. I have two of the Rebels, and you can see some pretty big differences between the two, the body shapes. This one here is heavier than this one. The headstock is exactly even, so it's more like a Dean headstock. Whereas on the Washburns, as you know, the treble side point is shorter, and that's how they were on the original Washburns. That's how they got away with the got away from the copyright that Dean had on the headstock. So all the actual Washburn USAs and the imports, like my real import over here, have an offset headstock. That's just how those were. This one here, it's not great. It's not a great guitar. The knob placement's a total disaster. I mean, it's not perfect on this one either, but it's better. The body shape is wrong. The points on the body are too short. The waist is too wide. It's just, everything about it's goofy looking. This one's not perfect either, but it's a lot better. Backs of the headstocks, you can see, you know, they're quite different. Fiddly wise, that one's terrible. It's I don't even play it. It's just a mess. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Who knows? I thought about doing a lot of work on it, maybe repainting it as a test bed for a concrete sledge, because I can't seem to find one. I can paint reasonably well. I've done some of them in the past. I thought about maybe trying my hand at that. I don't know. Who knows? I know that they sell the concrete sledge on AliExpress. I don't care to buy stuff off of there. It takes forever to get here. I could end up with a bunch of import fees and stuff. I buy through Temu because they're all in US warehouses and they ship, and I get them within like a week. So that's my main thing for doing through through Temu. Sound wise though, I believe it's kind of a toss up between the Trendkill and the Slime. I think they both sound pretty decent stock. I know everybody's dying for videos on upgrades on these things. These are kind of on the back burner because I just don't play these a lot. I've done a few Chibson videos. I have a Silverburst Chibson that you've probably seen the video on if you've been watching my channel. That one is well above quality-wise on all the rest of them I've ever bought, including these. They had a good day at that Chinese factory, I guess. I like the neck shape on that one there. And I like the playability on that one. That's just a really nice guitar for the money, and I've less than $300 in it. I've started modding that one. That's my first one. There'll be a video coming out on that pretty soon. I'm waiting on the last few parts. I've already got Grover tuners off of, I think it was a standard. I bought these used off of eBay, and I bought a bridge off of, I think it was a 2006 Les Paul Studio, I think. This is all Gibson parts. So I got the whole bridge assembly to put on, the new tuners. I've got a couple pickups to put in, and I bought an incomplete wiring harness from a guy that does custom ones with Burns pots, or Borns, however you want to say it. Pots, a new switch, jack, everything's wired up with push back cloth wiring, so there's a really nice wiring harness. So that guitar is going to be my first serious project. And then I'm going to start on one of these. So drop a comment. Which one should I do first? You got any thoughts? I'm kind of leaning towards maybe the Slime or the Trendkill, modding it first. I don't know. Eventually they'll probably mod all of them, but it's going to take time. You know, I'm not wealthy, so you start thinking about the cost, especially a new Floyd and you know, pickups and everything. It's a lot of money. It's going to cost more than I paid for each one of these to completely mod them, and I'll probably buy some used parts to offset. Now that's what I did on this one here. If you watch my video on this guitar, I picked this one up locally here in Alaska years ago. I think I paid around $600 for it, which to me is really all the money on it. You pay the dime tax on these things, and these things are bringing $1,200 and up, which I don't feel they're really worth that. It's, you know, if you want one though, you're gonna have to pay the money to get it. But I upgraded this one with Grover tuners, real Floyd Rose. Had the dime bucker in it when I got it, but I put a Seymour Duncan 59 in the neck, and then all CTS pots, switch, jack, all new wiring in it. So this thing here plays and sounds really nice. It's I don't play it a whole lot. I don't play the dimes a ton, but they're still fun to get out and rip on every now and then, as much as ripping as I can actually do. But all in, I think I had $200 some in the parts, I think, for this one here at the time. That's been quite a few years ago that I've done that one. So like I said, over time I'm going to be doing all of these. First I got to get fretwork sorted out on them. Once I get the fretwork done and the neck shaved to where I want them, and I'm happy with the neck, I'm happy with the frets, then I feel like I can go ahead and go forward with the modifications of everything else. If I don't get the neck and frets where I want them, I just don't feel like it's worth putting all the money into it. But these are going to be long-term projects. You know, it's I'll be doing one, you know, over the winter. So Alaska has really long, cold winters. So these are going to be my projects over that. I'm going to take one, kind of do them up, and then hopefully by the end of winter I'll have several of these done. I got more projects in the works. I'm just trying to sort out all the stuff. So I don't have a whole lot of time right now because in Alaska we live off grid. Some of you may know that. Some of you may know that. Some of you may not. But I have lots of things to wrap up around our homestead here before I can kind of take on other little projects. Number one is finishing up our firewood for the season because you know, we only heat with wood. So hopefully that covered a lot of you guys' questions on that. Trying to think if there was a couple other things. Well, body thicknesses. These, I feel like these ones here, the blood bolt, the slime, the cross, and the dime bolt, they are almost identical in size to, I had a Dean ML, a Blueburst. Which funny enough, I found it. I had sold it, and for a pretty decent price, it ended up on Reverb. It's on Reverb right now, and the guy's wanting like $1,500 for it. It's an import China. I did a lot of mods on that thing too. Put a Bill Lawrence, and it's flipped it upside down, and all new wiring and everything in it. It was a cool guitar, but I'm not paying $1,500 to get it back. But anyhow, I feel like the body shape is really similar to the Dean. The Washburns were a little bit bigger, so I feel like these are more on par with the Dean ML. Everybody also asks, playability out of the box. Absolutely horrible. If you've gotten one and it's great out of the box, to me it's a fluke, but be thankful that you did. These out of the box, all of them were terrible. The action was a mile freaking high or laying on the frets. The frets needed a bunch of work on almost all of them. They were extremely scratchy and rough, has high frets on several. I had one of them where the one pickup was super weak, wasn't putting out full output, which I had in one of my videos. But if you go into that knowing that these things are, you're basically buying like the bones, you know, you're getting the body and neck, and you're pretty much going to have to replace everything else. But by doing that, you can get something decent. I know a lot of people have a problem with buying these because they have the Washburn logo on them. I wish they didn't have them. I wish they would stop doing that crap too. Just put the guitar out with nothing on it. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to put that crap on there. I hate that they do. I really do. But they do. I cannot afford, along with many of you, the real versions of these. They're just too damn expensive. So for most of us, this is the only way we can get, you know, guitars like our Hero Dime Bag had, is to buy these things. And you know, you have to decide for yourself if you want to do that. For me, it's worth it. Like I said, I'm going to be getting rid of all the logos on these. I already got these marked on the back of all the headstocks that they are China and copy on the back of all these. So this one has China. I got to stamp out with copy, but the rest of them have China and copy, and it's stamped into the wood. So if something was to happen before I can get the logos off of them, whether they're stolen or whatever, they're not going to be mistook for that. And if you know these guitars, if you know Washburns, you're going to know these aren't the real deal just by looking at them. You know, they're decent enough. You know, they're not, you know, high quality guitars, though, by any stretch of the imagination. Let's not lie to ourselves here. They're a far cry from a USA Washburn. Now, I did not have a USA Washburn dime, but I did have a USA Washburn Custom Shop Idol. And if you know those guitars, I'll stick a picture right here of them. That was a fantastic guitar. That thing was just an amazing. It was a baritone, and I just don't play baritone that much. It's the only reason I sold it. But the quality and craftsmanship on that guitar was just amazing. I loved it. If I could find me another Idol and just a standard 6-string, you know, not a baritone scale, I'd probably buy one. Anyhow, let's get back to the dime guitars. It asked me, am I buying any more dime guitars? Not unless I can find the concrete sledge. That's the only one I'm looking for. If I can find that, I'll buy that one there. There's a few other dimes I'd like to have. I'm gonna eventually get me the Dean from hell, but I'm gonna buy the real, actual, import Dean. Try to find the Korean one. The Korean one's a little better than the Chinese imports that Dean put out. Beyond that, I don't know. I may give a Razorback. I've always liked the Razorbacks when those first come out, so maybe I'll throw a Razorback in there at some point. And then someone asked me also, would I ever consider buying, like, as I know Dean still makes USA MLs. Possibly, but the price on those, $4,000 to $6,000 for one, and I would probably do a slime with a matching headstock. It's a lot of money. So I don't know, for a guitar that I probably wouldn't play a whole lot. If you play these guitars, they're big. They're very unwieldy, they're just kind of all over the place when you play them. You're banging them. I got my, they're all dinged up and damaged because they hit everything. You got to be super careful with them. You can see this one here. The points on this thing are all just tore up because it's so easy to just get them into whatever as you're moving them around. And so, and there, see, I'm always hitting them. I've got them in the ceiling fans. I hit the ceiling with them. I mostly play my Ernie Ball Music Man Axis these days, pretty much. For most of the stuff I play that. I'll get all these out though, and just play through them every now and then. It's just fun to pull them down off the wall and just play some stuff. I'll do a few covers and throw them out there, and just for fun. Like I said, I don't do these covers to be 100% accurate. I just do them for fun, and if you enjoy it, great. If you don't, go find one that's more accurate. I'm sure they're out there. I play for fun. I'm not an amazing guitar player. I never claimed to be. I do this for have a good time. And that's what it should be about, Everybody shouldn't be tearing each other down. That happens a lot on YouTube. Everybody starts somewhere and everybody's learning. Everybody's at a different level, and there's always somebody better. So, we just do this to have a good time. So when you see somebody out there that's learning, give them some constructive criticism. Don't just tear them down. Makes no sense. But I like these. Everybody's like, oh, you could have bought one for the price of all those. I could have bought one import. Yeah, I could have. With the price of I paid for all these, I could have bought one of the Chinese imports. Couldn't have bought a USA D3 because those things sell from, on the low end, $10,000 to $30-some thousand. If you can even find a USA custom shop D3. They're just super, super hard to come by. So this leaves really the only way I can get one. And a lot of us can get one. Love them or hate them, they're out there. Most of them suck out of the box. You just got to understand you're going to be doing a lot of modifications. But they can be made to be pretty dang nice. Just with a setup, and that's the thing. If you don't know how to do a setup and any kind of fretwork, it's really, you're going to struggle with these things because you're going to take it somewhere or just learn like I did. I eventually, especially living in Alaska, there's not too many guitar places around, and I just started watching YouTube videos and learning how to set up a Floyd Rose. And everybody's like, it's impossible. It's not impossible. You're balancing string tension and spring tension on the Floyd, and it's tuning and retuning and retuning and retuning until you get it floating exactly perfect. It's just a process. But you can. Everybody can learn. All of you guys can learn how to do this stuff just by looking on YouTube and just being determined to be able to do it on your own and not have to pay somebody else. At the mercy of someone else. Because setups, to me, are very subject anyway. When you take it to a guitar shop, they're going to turn it to like factory spec. And everybody's different. Not everybody is factory spec, When I bend a string, people are like, what's your action? I can say it's on the high E, it's around 1.5, millimeter. I like to get it, and they said Dime was the same way, not to compare something else to Dime, but he liked the string to hit the meat of his finger. So when I'm bending up, it's kind of why I like that string to catch the meat of my finger as I'm bending. So nothing too super low, and I can't play super high action either. So all them shredders, I tried to play a guitar. If you haven't seen my guitar, I did a guitar safari up to Anchorage, and played a bunch of guitars up there, and some of them the action is so low, I can't even play those. So you learn how to set things up. You learn how to make them work for you. Guys, I'm at 2,500 subscribers, and that, again, I say it all the time, but it's mind-blowing to me. I truly appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys, all your comments. Means a lot to me. But like I said, I appreciate you guys. I truly do. Appreciate all the comments and all the support, guys. So we'll see you next time.